Hey everyone, it's Betsy Lauder at Lauder Realty. Today starts week 4 of our first time home buyers boot camp. If home ownership and house hunting have been on your mind lately, you've come to the right place. Today we're going to be talking about what happens after you find the one, the perfect home. We're going to cover all the steps that you need to take before you start creating those Pinterest boards to make every room in your new home perfect. So you've toured homes, found one that you think checks most of the boxes, but what do you need to do before you write an offer? Here are a few things that I recommend to all my buyers. First, how long are you planning on living in this home? You'll want to make sure this home fits your lifestyle and your needs, whether it be a couple of years, 10 years from now, or 20 years down the road. Secondly, are you looking beyond the decor? Remember that things like paint color, flooring, and even countertops can be changed over time. Does the location, the layout, the size, the number of bedrooms and bathrooms of the home fit your needs? Always ask yourself these questions about the things you can't change and decide if you're happy with them. Third, does the cost of the home reflect how much you want to spend monthly? It's important to think beyond the big number of the total mortgage and consider how much the monthly payment along with taxes and insurance will affect your budget. After asking yourself these 3 questions, you can make a decision with confidence instead of with emotion. This is where we're going to be entering the negotiation phase of the process, and it's important to try as best as possible not to let your emotions in the way so that we can make the smartest real estate decision. So what should you be prepared to do next? It's time to write an offer that we're going to present to the sellers. I won't get into all of the details today, but this is something I walk my buyer clients through at our home buyer consultation so that when this time comes, you know what to be thinking about. First, we're going to decide on things like the offer price, earnest money amount, the closing date, what we want to include versus exclude, as well as your financing terms and any other contingencies you want to include, such as home inspection or appraisal. Once we've officially submitted our offer is when the negotiating begins. This is where sometimes buyers might feel anxious or worried, but don't worry, I'm the one in charge of communicating with the listing agent and handling all of the negotiations. I will prepare you for who is responsible for which steps when it comes to negotiating the various parts of the offer so that you understand what's happening and what your options are. You'll always be kept in the loop, but nothing will ever fall on your shoulders when it comes to figuring out what to do next. If and when we come to an agreement with the seller is when we'll start moving through the various parts of the offer and making sure that we meet our deadlines and satisfy any other contingencies. You'll be in communication with both me and your lender during the rest of the process, and I'll be communicating with all parties to make sure we stay on track. You'll get weekly updates from me on the next steps and things to prepare, such as scheduling the home inspection, delivering your earnest money or deposit, and being prepared to meet specific deadlines. You'll get weekly updates from me with next steps and things to prepare for, such as your home inspection, delivering your earnest money, and being prepared to meet specific guidelines. When you're working with a buyer's agent that you know and trust, you'll never be left in the dark. And before you know it, you'll be at the closing table signing so many pieces of paper that you'll need a glass of wine or perhaps a champagne toast to celebrate. Now that you've gone through 4 weeks of the First Time Home Buyers Boot Camp, you might be ready to take the next step and schedule your very own real-life buyer's consultation. Remember, even if you're 6 to 12 months out, it's a good idea to get started with the process and find a realtor that you feel comfortable with as well as a lender so that when you are ready to start the process, everything goes as smoothly as possible. If you have questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out. Remember, I want to be a resource to you, not just your realtor. If you're ready to start making smart real estate decisions, feel free to reach out to me via direct message or by phone or text. I look forward to seeing you next week on Learn with Lauder.